And we are live. What is going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing? Late night boxing talk or non-boxing talk? Not really sure where this stream's going to go, but yeah, just ask what you want, really, man. Ask what you want. We're getting fucking buzzed on the old fucking blower. The links are coming in, mate. The links are coming in. But anyway, guys, hope you're all doing well. YouTube's being a right fucking prick right now. Let me get rid of all this shit. Stupid fucking YouTube, man. There we go. Yeah, we've got boxing virus in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing? One of the regulars now, man. Well, you've been a regular for a long while. OmniSurge Media back in the day. So thank you for the support, man. Always one of the first here, so shout out, man. Shout out. Got a busy weekend coming up, so thought I would do a live stream because I don't really think I can upload much this weekend, if at all, to be honest with you. So thought we'd do a live stream. Why not? Why the fuck not? Hang on. We've got a million things open in the background as usual. Here we go. Oh my goodness me. What's going on here? What is going on here? Probably started this too late, but we'll see where it goes. What's the worst that can happen, right? Okie dokie. Sorry, 1 second. Technical difficulties. Oh, we're getting spammed. Fuck's sake, go away. Stop texting me. You slag. Okay. I'm chirping some bird, so we're working on our game right now. You know, we're spitting the game. Anyway. Here we go. Sorry, I've got 1,000,001 things open in the background that I didn't attend to before I started this. So sorry for the lack of professionalism on my behalf. Sorry. Anyway, there we go. I've only got boxing virus here anyway, so we'll wait for a few people to get in. If nobody comes in, then that's what it is. But I don't usually go live this late. And I know a fair few of my audience are from the UK, so it's quite late over here. It's like, what, 20 to 1, so there we go. There we go. And I think am I lagging, by the way, if anybody's there? Because this is really, really choppy. On my half, on my side, sorry. What's going on here? Okay, let's move that there. Okay, I think we've got it. I had so much open in the background, and I was like, it felt really choppy. But yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we've got Tone in the chat. Shout out to Tone. How you doing, man? How you doing? How the devil are you? Yeah, I'm not sure where this one's going. Sorry, it's late. Not sure how many people will come in at this time of night, but you know, why not talk some shit? Why not? Right, let me get rid of that shit, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, how you guys doing anyway? You guys good? Looking forward to the weekend? Have anything planned? All that jazz? Yeah, we've got a busy one, man. We've got a busy one this weekend. It's really a good job that there's no boxing this weekend of any consequence anyway, because I've got no time, to be honest. I've got no time at all. Boxing Virus, what do you think of Jamal Charlo versus Dennis Hogan? I mean, I would have preferred a better opponent, I can't lie. I know Dennis Hogan performed well against Jaime Munguia, but, I think that fight kind of flattered Dennis Hogan. Not that Dennis Hogan is bad, because he's not. He's solid, sorry, but he's a light middleweight. And if you want to see Dennis Hogan's level, watch his fight with Jack Kolkai. He lost that fight clearly. Not that that's any disgrace, but I think the Munguia fight really, really flattered him, and it made him look better than what he really is. I think that fight was down to Jaime Munguia performing badly, to be honest with you. And I expect Jamal Charlo to win this fight handily. And yeah, maybe Hogan can make Charlo look a bit bad for a few rounds, but at middleweight, you fancy Charlo to impose his size and get the job done, more than likely by late stoppage or mid-round stoppage. I think Hogan's going to get stopped in this one. Jamal Charlo, he's due a stoppage win, went the distance with Korobov in a really tough fight, went the distance with Brandon Adams as well. He's due a good performance, and I think he'll show out for this fight. I think he'll come and, put on a good show. So I believe Hogan gets knocked out. I don't think it's a great fight. And to be honest with you, I believe the co-main event is a much better fight between Chris Eubank Jr. and Matt Korobov. I think that's a really good fight. That should be top of the bill as far as I'm concerned. That's a really good fight. Looking forward to that one. Because although Korobov is getting on in age, he presents a real style problem for Eubank Jr. We all know Eubank Jr. struggles with boxers. He struggles with guys who can stick and move with a jab, and Korobov can do that. So I expect Korobov to give Eubank Jr. a lot of problems, but maybe the younger, fresher Eubank kind of grinds him down late in that fight. I'm not sure on that one. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Exactly, Azzy. That's what I'm saying. Hogan, he's not a top 10 middleweight. He wasn't really a top 10 light middleweight. It's not a great opponent. It's not. It's not a great opponent at all. And yeah, people are talking about the Dennis Hogan, Jaime Munguia fight, but like I said, go back and watch Hogan's fight with Jack Kolkai. I think that fight really kind of demonstrates what his level is. Not a bad fighter, but should he be fighting Charlo at middleweight? Not for me. Not for me, man. And yeah, Azzy, you're right, bro. Charlo Eubank, that's going to be fireworks, man. If that happens, it looks like they are trying to make that fight. Eubank Jr. seems keen. I saw him, I think it was after the Canelo Kovalev fight. And yeah, he seemed really keen for that fight. So hopefully that can happen in 2020. I really believe Eubank Jr. would give Charlo hell. Jamal Charlo, he'll give him hell. Because Jamal Charlo, he's not as physically imposing as George Groves. He's not as slick as Billy Joe Saunders. He's a straight up and down fighter. Good jab, good long right hand, decent left hook. But he's quite stationary, And against Eubank Jr., I think that's going to give Eubank Jr. plenty of opportunities to get on the inside and do some work. It's a really good fight, man. I think that's a really, really good fight. And I believe Eubank Jr.'s got a really good chance. I think that could be the first win of his career where people say, do you know what, this guy's actually a good fighter. Because I've always liked Eubank Jr. I think he gets some bad rap by some fans. I think he's a good fighter. Not saying he's top 5 or anything like that, but he's a solid guy. He's a solid guy. And a guy with a lot of will. And if you can get on Charlo's chest, then it's an interesting fight as far as I'm concerned, because Jamal Charlo can't really fight on the inside. He really can't. So I love the idea of Eubank Jr. versus Jamal Charlo. I think that's a great fight. Yeah, we've got Noah Zuberi in the chat. Shout out to Noah. How you doing, man? Hopefully you're well. And yeah, Aziel, I heard it's next as well. If the PBC make that fight, they'll get my credit. You know, they'll get my credit. Yeah, Tone, I think that's a good matchup. Maybe you would side with Charlo, but I really believe Eubank Jr. is going to give him hell. I really do. Michelle Joy Phelps was live streaming from Briggs Smoke Conference today. Jesus Christ. I've not caught up with anything of that mess, to be honest with you. I'll catch the highlights for next day, but I ain't staying up for it. Fuck that noise. I'm not staying up for Billy Joe Saunders fighting a road sweeper. No way. Or Devin Haney. Or yeah, who's Devin Haney fighting? Some dude called Santiago. Never heard of him. Maybe I have. I'll have to box rec him, but yeah, the card is terrible. Absolutely terrible. GB Boxing in the chat. Shout out to GB Boxing. Eubank is fighting for the interim WBA. Charlo is WBC champion. Uncle Heyman is obviously planning a WBA route to GGG. Or am I waffling, Del Boy? I think WBA is Canelo right now. Canelo has the super champion belt, and Murata has the regular belt. So maybe Eubank Murata could happen. I can't really see Eubank Canelo. And the Charlo fight makes sense because both guys are with the PBC. Both guys are operating in the same division. And both guys are fighting on the same card. It looks like they're trying to set that up. But, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, Briggs. Shannon Briggs was punching people from the crowd and security was taking them away. Jesus Christ. Shannon Briggs, man. You know, that guy, man. Roid rage. Man, that guy's juiced to the gills, man. Juiced to the fucking gills. Yeah, if I could look half as good as that dude at fucking his age, I'd be doing something right. You know, maybe if I had access to his fucking pharmaceuticals, I could, but man, we'll see. We'll see. I need to start going back to the gym. I really do. I was thinking of taking up Muay Thai again because I think I enjoyed Muay Thai. I really did. And start a new job next week, and there's a Muay Thai gym like right around the corner, so we might go there. We might start, you know, we might start getting active again. I think we should, to be honest with you. Let's go, champ. Yes, sir. Briggs works with Dr. 805. Yeah, more than likely, man. Yeah, that guy is fucking juiced. Yeah, no, I believe so. I believe Canelo will vacate that 160 title soon. He's got to. I don't think he can make that weight anymore, to be honest. Anyway, sorry about that. Rumours says Chavez Jr. was stuck in Nevada because he shook Briggs' hands once. Yeah, man. Chavez Jr., man, that guy is an absolute disgrace. I hope Danny Jacobs beats... I hope he beats the absolute piss out of Chavez Jr. He will do. I know it's going to happen, but I really want to see it, man. I cannot stand Chavez Jr. The guy had all of the opportunities in the world, man. He had the name... He had the profile. He had all of the opportunities in the world, man. And he blew it. He blew it. Chavez Jr., man, he needs a beating off the hands of Danny Jacobs. Hopefully Danny Jacobs can deliver that beating. I'll be happy if he does. Cannot stand Chavez. I hated how they did Martinez back in the day. You know, Martinez basically got robbed of his WBC title. And they gave it to Chavez Jr. Absolutely disgraceful. And he's still messed up. Jackal Davis in the chat. Shout out to Jackal Davis. I see your name a lot here now, man, so I appreciate the support. Doesn't go unnoticed. How's the night going? Yeah, man, we're just chilling. It's late over here. It's, what's the time here? It's 10 to 1 in the UK. 10 to 1 in the morning. So, yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I'm just chilling. Got a busy weekend coming up, but yeah, I thought I'd fire up a quick live stream. Why not? I don't usually go live this late, but fuck it. Yeah, Danny Jacobs he's a smart dresser, as he, no doubt about it. The guy's got swag. He's got swag. And how do you guys feel about Danny Jacobs at 168? I believe he can have some success. He's a big dude at middleweight. You know, he's got some good attributes, hand speed, combination punching. He's going to be a lot more healthy at 168. I wouldn't write Danny Jacobs off at super middleweight. I don't really believe he can mess with Callum Smith. I think Callum Smith is too big. But you never know. He's a very good boxer. He's a very good fighter. He's a very good fighter. I've got a lot of time for Danny Jacobs. I think he's a class act. And the guy's fought people as well, man. If you look at the run he went on, he had like a 6-fight run where he fought Canelo, Gennady Golovkin, unbeaten Sergey Derevyanchenko, unbeaten Maciej Seletsky, unbeaten Luis Arias. He had a really good run of when he was fighting guys who were elite, man. So Danny Jacobs, yeah, the guy's a warrior. The guy's a warrior. Got a lot of respect for Danny Jacobs. Yeah, we've got Aggie Man in the chat. We have Apology Man as well. Apology Man got back from MMA training an hour ago. What's up, Dell? I'm good, man. Just a late night stream. Had nothing to do. Got a busy weekend coming up, so I thought, fuck it, let's go live. Let's go live. And yeah, in regards to the MMA training, yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I'm looking at going to the Muay Thai gym, which is near my new workplace. So yeah, I need to get active again, man. I need to take up a combat sport, whether that's boxing or Muay Thai. They're the two I enjoy the most, or they're the two I've got experience in. So more than likely Muay Thai. More than likely Muay Thai. Yeah, Jackal Davis, I agree. Danny Jacobs versus Billy Joe Saunders. That's a good fight. And it's makeable because both guys are with DAZN. Both guys are with Eddie Hearn. Really good fight. I like that fight. Would Billy Joe want that fight, on the other hand? I'm not sure. I think Billy Joe needs that type of fight. He needs that type of name, to be honest with you. He needs a Danny Jacobs. He needs somebody of that ilk. Because right now the guy's just fighting obscure opponents. He's not been active. And yeah, he needs that type of fight. I like that fight. Noah Zuberi, he thinks Danny Jacobs beats Saunders. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. Danny Jacobs is much more battle-tested than Billy Joe Saunders. I'll say that much. He is. Yeah, boxing virus. Danny Jacobs, yeah, he's got the size to put a hurting on Chavez Jr. Don't be surprised if Jacobs gets a stoppage. Wouldn't be shocked. I expect him to look good at 168, especially against Chavez Jr. Yeah, man, apology. I'm going to definitely go for it, bro. Definitely. Why not, man? Life's too short. Life is too fucking short. And I need to start getting active again because, do you know when you've not been active for a couple of months, you start to feel it? Like you just feel, I guess, lethargic. I don't look any different, but I feel different, you know? I just feel lethargic. I feel more tired. I've got more brain fog. So, yeah, we're going to get active again, man. We're going to get active. And thank you, Jackal and Boxing Virus. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, exactly. Apology. Yeah, Saunders, yeah, he's irrelevant right now. Two-weight world champion, but who did he beat at 168 to get that belt? Shifat Isafi. I mean, that dude, he was terrible. He was awful. Come on now. His middleweight title was more legitimate in a sense. He beat a good fighter for it. He beat Andy Lee. I won't discount that, but 168 belt. I mean, he beat fucking Shifat Isafi, man. Come on. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we've got Pink Panther in the chat. What's going on, man? How you doing? If you could smash the like, lads, that would be much appreciated as well. Tutti fruity, yes, sir. Yeah, we're chirping some fucking bird on WhatsApp, you know. Has she come back yet? Ah, fuck's sake, I didn't even send the last fucking message. She's gonna think I fucking aired her. Hang on. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna give it all the soppy bollocks fucking chat. Hang on. Sorry, lads. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, apology, man. He did. He lost to Akovov. No doubt about it. That was a robbery. I know Billy Joe was in terrible shape, but that's irrelevant. He lost that fight. Don Flamenco in the chat, man. Shout out to Don. Yo, Jackal Davis, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate the contribution. Shout out to Jackal Davis. Thank you very much. But yeah, we're kind of doing two things at once here. We're fucking chirpsing, trying to get a new link on the go, and we're trying to stream as well. So apologies for the lack of professionalism. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Hang on. Let's give it some fucking soppy bullshit. See if this works. Hang on. There we go. I'm the slowest fucking texter in the world, by the way. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, sorry about that, lads. Briggs discovered Badu Jack. Really? I never knew that. I never knew that at all. Yo, shout out Pink Panther, man. Much love. Much love from the UK. Much love. Somebody's got to like us, man. Somebody's got to like us. Jesus. We're like one of the most fucking hated nations on earth, man. Jesus. But yeah, Chase Athletics. I never knew that. Yeah, hang on. We just got a million fucking chats coming at once. Apology, man. I'll be completely honest with you. I wouldn't lie to you. I would say facially, she's a 7 out of 10. Her body's all right, though. She goes gym and that, so yeah, she's all right. She's chirps back. Yeah, once so when I first knew her, she was like skinny as fuck, but she's been going to the gym loads, you know, and she's got some back now. So yeah, I'm interested, man. I'm interested. The Shepherd of Sons in the chat. Shout out to the Shepherd of Sons. Yeah, we've got Toby Bartlett as well, man. Is this Cam's channel? No, sir, it's not. I'm not Cam. I am Dell Boy. But shout out to Cam. Shout out to Cam. Yes, sir, Shepherd of Sons. You know it. You know it. As he says, stop sending texts to Michelle Joy Phelps. Yeah, I need to hit her up. Need to slide in her DMs. Nah, I mean. I knew that would work. Kyle Smith, let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Who have you guys got tomorrow? Logan Paul or KSI? Out of interest. Logan Paul looks fucking juiced. He looks fucking juiced. Yeah, that guy, man, he's been sharing Shannon Briggs' fucking medical supplies, man. He's been raiding his bathroom cabinet. He's fucking shredded. And he's bigger than KSI as well. So you'd imagine Logan Paul's going to win. And based on the first fight, I actually watched it. I can't lie, and I kind of enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie, but in regards to the first fight, Logan Paul certainly had better technique. Mainly the jab. He had a decent jab and decent straight punches. That was really it. But KSI was just slapping. So Logan Paul, bigger dude, stronger dude, heavier dude, better technique based on the last fight. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Logan Paul. I'm gonna go with Logan Paul. Yeah, Toby, I've heard that a lot from a couple of people. People think me and Cam sound the same. I think that's just a I don't know. I don't know whether we come from the same parts of the UK, but yeah, I've heard that a lot. Yeah, Azzy, I agree. Logan Paul should win based on size. Although I think KSI is naturally a more fitter guy in terms of like cardio and stamina. I think we saw that in the first fight. Jekyll Davis, do you think it's funny how Tank talks like he does on Twitter? Yes, it's annoying, man, to be honest with you. I mean, the guy cussed out Tim Bradley. Well, he didn't cuss him out, but he kind of disrespected Tim Bradley. And, he called Tim Bradley an old man who's hating. Yo, the guy you're fighting, Yuriorkis Gamboa, is older than Tim Bradley. What are you talking about, man? The guy's a clown. I genuinely believe Tank Davis is a really good talent. That's the thing. I think he's very good. I think he's got a lot of ability. He can punch. He's explosive. He's fun to watch. But the guy's not doing anything. He's not doing anything, And it feels like ever since the Pedraza fight, his career's just been uneventful and pointless, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. Gervonta Davis, I'm starting to lose faith. I can't lie. Chase Athletics, really good point. Danny Jacobs' new trainer, not with Andre Rozier anymore. Correct. I'm not sure who his new trainer is. That's a very good question. I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure though. KSI has nan boobs, so he can't be good. Do you mean man boobs or like grandma boobs? Either way, you're right. His body looks weird as fuck. You can tell the dude was fat at one point. You can. Noah, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Tank Davis needs to get away from Adrian Broner. He does. He does, but he just doesn't seem like a mentally mature guy, Tank Davis. He seems very immature and just a bad decision maker, really. And eventually that kid's going to get in trouble, like real trouble. Not like, a couple of scrapes outside the ring here and there. I mean real trouble. So he needs to sort himself out quickly before he ruins his career. If I'm Tank Davis, or if I'm somebody in Tank Davis's circle, I'd look at Errol Spence and say, that's the example you should take. And in regards to like not going that route, not making these stupid mistakes that could cost you your career or worse. And Tank Davis right now is going in that same direction as far as I'm concerned. And it's a shame because the guy's a really, really good fighter. I think he's got ability. I think everybody does. Even the people who hate Tank Davis, I think they would realise, or they'd admit, sorry, yeah, the guy's got ability, the guy's got talent, the guy's got potential. But how many times in boxing and life in general do we see people with potential, but it goes to waste? Happens a lot in all walks of life. I've seen it happen before in life. Some like kids from school who were some of the brightest people I knew turned out to be they weren't shit because they made some bad decisions, and life just went in a particular path and they just ruined their potential. But that's life, I guess. That's life, not just boxing. Yeah, apology, man. You're correct. Tank Davis also needs to get away from Baltimore. Yep. 100%. No, Toby, I agree. He's a very good fighter, but he's a fucking prick. No doubt about it. Tank Davis and Adrian Broner are Jackal Davis's favourite celebrity couple. Yeah, man. Their friendship is weird as fuck, man. Like straight up. Weird as fuck. Apology, man. Thank you for dropping by, man. And next time I stream and if you're on, just feel free to jump on, mate. You are always welcome, brother. So you can always jump on. But thank you for dropping by. Thank you for dropping by. Anyway, let's. Oh, for fuck's sake! Hang on. Hang on. I'm such an unprofessional prick. Jesus. Yeah, exactly, Don Flamenco. Spence has some really fast twitch muscle fibers. Totally escaped death. Yeah. Although, you know, I saw a report by Rick Glazer, and he was basically told by apparently a good source that Errol Spence Jr. isn't in a good way, and there's a chance he may not box again. Now, that is from Rick Glazer. You know, make of that what you will. Rick Glazer, he's been on the money with certain stories, others, you know, a bit off the mark. We'll see what happens with Errol Spence. We'll see what happens. But again, it goes, for me, the worst thing in the world is wasted potential. And, you know, Errol Spence could be another case of that, unfortunately. Because I was always high on Errol Spence. If anybody followed my channel, you would know I was always high on Errol Spence Jr. I felt the guy was he was the man who would become the man at welterweight. You know, I felt he would beat Terence Crawford and the likes, and I felt he had the best chance of running that division. But, you know, right now his career's in tatters. His life isn't in a good place. He needs to get that sorted out, and hopefully, you know, he can get back to the ring. As long as he's in good health, you know, that's the main thing. And he can pay the consequences after that in regards to legal problems and whatnot. But yeah, man. Yeah, Boxing Spectrum in the chat, aka Gonzalo. Shout out to Gonzalo. Hopefully you had a good birthday, man. Hopefully you had a good birthday. And by the way, lads, in the chat, Boxing Spectrum has a channel. He does upload. So click on his channel. Hit the subscribe button, help him out. He's got a really, really good channel. Very in-depth breakdowns. And yeah, I enjoy Gonzalo's content. So shout out to Gonzalo. Lobito in the camp, yes, sir. Boxing Spectrum, I saw it on Facebook. I'll try and find you a link and put it in Discord. But I'm sure I can find it. But yeah, it was going around on Facebook. Maybe it's on Rick Glazer's profile, potentially. But yeah, I mean, I believe there's something they're not telling us about that accident. I really do. You know, maybe they're just laying low because of the legal problems, maybe, but something doesn't add up. You know, something doesn't add up. Casual Boxing Talk made a video saying he heard he was really badly hurt. Damn. Yeah, when the incident happened, I heard so many rumors about what happened and how badly hurt he was. I don't really want to talk about it on stream because it's kind of irresponsible for me to speculate, but it just seems very fishy, and for me, something doesn't add up. There is something they're not telling us. There's something they're not telling us. Jackal Davis, I just want Manny Pacquiao to retire after beating Mikey the Mouse, aka Mr. Clout Chasing Legacy. Yeah, I'd like to see Manny Pacquiao kind of, you know, maybe get one more win over the likes of Mikey Garcia or Danny Garcia and then call it a day. You know, I would like to see that. Having said that, man, I mean, it's Manny Pacquiao. I wouldn't put it past the dude to carry on fighting 2-3 more years. You never know, man. The guy against Keith Thurman, quite frankly, was amazing for his age. And maybe he's got more in the tank than we realise. What I will say, with Manny Pacquiao, I've just taken the position to just enjoy this guy while he's still active. You know, no matter what side you go on, whether you're a Floyd fan or a Manny fan, just enjoy the guy while he's still around, man. One of a kind. Yo, we've got D in the chat. Shout out to Diobli Nui. Yo, Dell, anybody else can't wait for this KSI Clown show to be finally over. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's getting a little bit wearing now. This week, man, it's been fucking all over the place on the news, all over the internet. Man, it's getting a bit fucking crazy, man. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it being over. I think it'll be a good fight, though, funnily enough. I think it'll be a good fight. I think it'll be entertaining. I think it'll be fairly entertaining. Yeah, Don, I agree. That car crash, man, it looked gnarly as hell. If that guy escaped that car crash with fucking bruises and a few broken teeth, he done very well. But yeah, I think there's something they're not telling us about Errol Spence. I really do. Casual Boxing Talk works in a hospital in the US and said he'd heard it through work. Okay. Yeah, D, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I've not got a big problem with it, in all honesty, but I do get your point. It does get a little bit wearing, especially when you see like boxing media cover it, like, you know, Seconds Out, IFL, all of these people are covering it and we have to see it, you know, we're forced to see it kind of thing. I get that point. I get that point. Having said that, though, if somebody paid me fucking, let's say, I don't know, 10K to fight some other cunt who uploads YouTube boxing videos, I'd do it. Why not? As long as they're my own size, I'd do it. So, and those dudes are doing it for millions of quid, man. So, fair play to them, I guess. But yeah, I understand it. It is getting a little bit fucking. The coverage has been non-stop. Non-stop. Fuck's sake. Jackal Davis in the chat. Oh dear. I know this is messed up and too soon, but I got to say maybe Spence said one more ride, one in the hospital, like a Fast and the Furious. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Yeah, the numbers on KSI Logan Paul are crazy. I should have really done a prediction video, but you know, I can't put myself through it, to be honest with you. Unrivaled's a bigger dude for me. I think he's like 6'5", I'm 6'1". I'd fight somebody my own size. Unless I could drain Unrivaled down to a catch weight. Maybe we'd go that route and do Canelo weight. I can make 155. Easy. Yeah, I'll fight Unrivaled at Canelo weight. Would you fight Michelle Joy Phelps for 10K? Yeah, man. Why not? Why not? She looks like she could take a few shots, mate. Hang on. We're chirpsing. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, back shots, exactly, man. Yeah, Dell weight confirmed, 100%. Okay, El Nino. Yeah, I've not really followed it too much either. All I know is Shannon Briggs has been fucking you know, talking shit and making a scene. That's what I do know. GB boxing, I'll fight anyone 108 pounds and under any day of the week. Me too. Me too. Jackal Davis, are you looking forward to Katie Taylor's next fight? Nah, not particularly, mate. I'm not a big fan of female boxing. It's not my cup of tea, as we say over here. It's not my thing. I mean, fair play to them. You know, they're earning their bread, but I just don't find it particularly entertaining. Anyway, 1 second. Yeah, Azzy, you're right. Michelle Joy Phelps, yeah, looks like she's taken a few shots to her face. You still would, though, Azzy. You still would. And yeah, she's got back as well. She's pretty thick, so she could take a pounding. Cushion for the pushing, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. GB boxing. No, sorry, Toby Bartlett. I'd fight my mum for 10k. She'd fight me for 2k. Yeah, exactly, man. Boxing virus. Any 95-pound under 5 feet and no fighting experience can get it. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, my fighting days are long gone in terms of like fucking real fights and shit. Those days are long gone. Yeah, I fucking forgot the last fight I was in, like a genuine fight. Probably maybe 4 years ago, I'd say. And that was after a night out. I fucking remember that. Because I got fucking blindsided by some fucking little cunt. It's like 5'5", man. Some little prick fucking blindsided me. Hit me in the face. It felt like a fucking slap, man. My face just stung, but that guy fucking... Yeah, I got that. That nearly fucking caused a riot, man. That was in fucking Bedford. And I fucking got my hands on the dude. And fucking all his fucking pals came in, about to kick the shit out of me. And then my boys came and fucking backed me up. So kind of all went down from there. But yeah, that was the last time I got in a fight. That was like 4 years ago, man. But I'm not the type to get in fights, man. I'm not that type of person. Only when it fucking calls for it. Any handicapped 12-year-old can get that smoke. Yes, sir. ZH Games. Shout out to ZH Games. How you doing, man? Yeah, GB boxing. Michelle Joy Phelps has got those fucking blowy lips, no doubt about it. You know she's fucking filthy as well, man. That's another thing that kind of why I rate her. You know, she's got that filthy looking vibe. Like she'd pretty much do anything kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes those chicks are better, you know. You get a classy chick who looks the part, but you know, she's not quite as freaky as you'd like. You know, you got to fucking weigh up all options and consider everything. Jackal Davis, I'm looking forward to Makhmudov's next fight. Oh, sorry. Do you mean what's his name? Madrimov. Sorry, Israel Madrimov. Yeah, I'm looking forward to his next fight as well. He's a really good prospect at super lightweight. No, super welterweight. Yeah, super welterweight. Yeah, he's a really good prospect. Yo, Toby Bartlett. No, thank you very much, man. Yeah, me and Mark are tight. We've been back and forth for a long time. Probably what, 2 years, maybe 18 months, 2 years. Yeah, Mark's a good dude, man. Mark's a good dude. Yeah, Michelle's got a bubble butt, man. She's got a fat ass. She's got a fat ass. A lot of people call her fat, you know, but like, I mean, bro, those dudes, man, they just can't handle that. You know what I mean? Yeah, mate, she'd get it. She'd get it. What more can I say? But I'm not fussy either, so take that for what it's worth. bollocks. St. Brit, shout out to St. Brit. Michelle Joy Phelps is a bum and run. Maybe, but I'd go back for seconds and thirds and fourths. So there we go. ZH Games, do you know the Logan and KSI fight tomorrow? Yeah, no, I watched the first fight between the two. Quite enjoyable. Second fight, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to watch it live. I'd watch the highlights the next day. I think Logan Paul's going to win under pro rules, to be honest with you. Bigger dude, stronger dude, taller, longer. He's got a better technique. I think he'll win the second fight. But yeah, D, 100%. 100%. Michelle Joy Phelps looks like she might have a stinky one, mate. Potentially. Nah, I think she's all right, you know. I think she'll be all right. Jackal Davis, this is random, but I love how the PBC is the laughing stock in boxing where everyone agrees to hang up on it. Yeah, PBC's hit and miss, man. PBC's hit and miss. When they've got it right, they have got it right. So, Uskatigi, Caleb Plant, really good fight. I enjoyed it. The Manny Pacquiao Furman card was really enjoyable. Spence Porter was really good. They've got fights right. They've done some good things, but they put on some absolute shit as well. And certain guys are way too inactive, like Gary Russell Jr., a guy who I rate very highly. I mean, the guy's fighting once a year, and who's he fighting? Why did we never get Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz? Same stable, same weight class for a long time. That fight should have happened, man. Should have happened. But that's the thing with PBC, you know. Certain fights are so easy to make, man, and they don't get made. That's my problem. But I'm not going to sit here and say they've done, you know, terrible. They've done some good stuff. They've done some bad stuff. They could be doing a lot better. That's how I would say. That's how I would describe the PBC in 2019. Yeah, Ben Haynes. Yeah, they were PBC fights. Huck Kulatsky and Cleverly Fanfara. Yeah, man. St. Brit. So Pink Panther to St. Brit. Heard Jackson call you out. Fucking hell. Oh, yeah, on BDA. Yeah, I didn't see that. I'll have to listen back to it. Toby Bartlett, I'd wait for you lot to all finish, then have a go. Fucking hell. I think we're all in the same position, man. Michelle Joy Phelps, mate, she's had more fucking boxers' DNA than a Nevada test tube. Like, I bet she's got about a bit. Fucking hell. Jesus. Boxing virus, he'd put another hole in Michelle Joy Phelps' booty. Jesus. Jackal Davis, I wonder what's going to happen next year for boxing. Hopefully, the heavyweight division has some clarity, as in we get an undisputed champion. That'd be nice. I'd like to see the World Boxing Super Series come back for a third season. That'd be great. I think if I could wish for one thing in 2020, it would definitely be the World Boxing Super Series having a third season. That would be my number one wish, my number one hope. No doubt about it. Yeah, Jackal Davis, we've had a really good year in 2019. First half of 2019 was a bit slow, I can't lie. But basically, AJ Ruiz onwards, it's been fucking good. It's been really good. Is Michelle Joy Phelps really a pro-ho? Yeah, more than likely, man. More than likely. But again, wouldn't really put me off, so can't really talk shit. Can't really talk shit. Yeah, her J-Rock as well, Azzy. Very good point. Excellent fight. Yo, J-Rock in that fight was outstanding. How he pushed Hurd back, beat him up, Worked the body. That's a great fight, man. Great performance by Julian Williams. That was one of my favourite performances of the year, to be fair. If I had to pick a best performance of the year, that might be the one. That might be the one. Yeah, SSB in the chat. Shout out to SSB. What are you guys talking about? We're talking shit, mate, to be honest with you. We're talking about Michelle Joy Phelps and boxing in general. Yeah, Hurge J-Rock is up there for fight of the year. That's up there with Danette Inoue, Taylor Prograis, Spence Porter. We've had some good fights this year, man. You know, at a lower level, or not a lower level, but like a less talked about fight was Kudryashov Makabu. That was a really good fight. We've had some really, really good fights this year, to be fair. We've had some great fights. As he's agreeing with D, he's saying Hurd J-Rock is his fight of the year too. Yeah, it's definitely up there. I really enjoyed that fight. Yeah, Don Flamenco, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. The better YouTube channel fights will be between the YTBC channels. Yeah, exactly. AA Boxing and Blunts, he is not a fan of Billy Joe Saunders. He's saying he hopes Billy Joe Saunders gets caught clean and his jaw... Hang on, my fucking computer went off. My monitor went to sleep. We'll have to read that again, for fuck's sake. I hope Billy Joe Saunders gets caught clean and his jaw leaves his face. I think a lot of people would be happy if that happened, to be fair. I'm not the biggest fan of Billy Joe, it's got to be said. I'm not the biggest fan. I think the kid's got talent. I really do. I think he's wasted a lot of his career, man. And it's hard to be interested. Who's he fighting, man? I forgot the guy's name. Who's he fighting? Wake me up when he fights somebody. Exactly, D. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, SSB. It's a fucking clown show by looks of it. Shannon Briggs is using it to build his name as well. Yeah, it's a shit show, KSI Logan Paul. I wonder what their purses are. It'd be interesting to see their purses. They must be getting paid a boatload of money. A boatload of money. Jackal Davis, I think the best fight was Barthélemy versus Robert Easter Jr. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. That's terrible, man. I know Azzy's not a fan of Billy Joe. Saunders is nothing special. No, I can see why, man. I can see why you think that. I believe there is talent there, but if you don't apply yourself, it's worthless, right? If you don't apply yourself, it's worthless. So, there we go. I'm not particularly interested in Billy Joe right now. Like I said, wake me up when he fights somebody. Delboy versus Dante under zone. I'd have a go at Dante. I give up weight, but I'm definitely faster than that dude. And I'm pretty sure I can fight better as well. I'm pretty sure. Face reveal at 1 million. Yes, sir. I might do a face reveal in the near future. Yeah, D, man. Those dudes get mega fucking money for basically fucking putting a vlog on the internet. It's crazy, man. Yeah, the guy looks like a fucking prick. Honestly. He looks like a fucking prick. Like, that guy just comes across as a complete arsehole. KSI, he seems a bit better than Van Logan Paul, to be honest. So maybe I'd rather KSI wins, but yeah, neither guy really does it for me, to be honest with you. Not really fucking entertained by either one of them. Jackal Davis, what, in your opinion, what's the weakest division as of late? Very good question. Weakest division in terms of talent depth or fights not happening? Fights not happening, I would say 168, in all honesty, because there are good fights there. They're just not happening. So 168 is a good shout. But yeah, man, I'd say 168 just because it's not delivered. Yeah, 126 Minimax. That's a really good shout. 126, yes. Yeah, Boxing Spectrum, I agree. The Canelo subject was so negative and tiresome. I'm glad Inoue Donaire came on after. Exactly. They put on a great fight. And yeah, people stopped talking about it. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. Boxing Monkey, lucky you're not in Oz. Got Lucas Brown fighting an ex-rugby player, John Haparte, who's had 2 fights in 10 years and most famous for sticking his fingers up at other rugby player's ass. Oh, man. Fucking hell. Yeah, Lucas Brown right now, man, he is scraping the barrel, as D says. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. As he says, 135 is poor. 135 is okay. You've got Lomachenko, Teofimo, Kome, Haney, Tank. Decent. It's top heavy though. It's top heavy. You've got your good guys, the champions or the real good contenders, and after that it really drops off. So I get your point. I get your point. Boxing Virus. David Benavidez, Caleb Plant prediction. Unpopular prediction. I believe David Benavidez wins that fight. I think Caleb Plant definitely has the ability and style to give Benavidez problems, with the boxing, with the jab, with the movement. Anthony Durrell gave him problems with that. But I believe David Benavidez, his size advantage and his volume, his aggression, his pressure, I believe it would get to Caleb Plant, to be honest with you. Caleb Plant, for me, is a guy who doesn't really fight well down the stretch. Against Uskatigi, he gassed. I felt Uskatigi came on strong late in that fight. And even Porky Medina came on quite strong in their fight towards the end against a bigger, stronger guy like Benavidez, a guy who doesn't neglect the body, a guy who hits harder. I think Benavidez takes him out late, come from behind stoppage, David Benavidez knockout. But a lot of people are picking Caleb Plant in that fight, so maybe I'm smoking crack. Who knows? But I've got David Benavidez, man. Shepherd of Sons, Caleb Plantation, yes sir. Fucking hell. Yeah, Don Teofimo Lopez. He showed a lot of weaknesses in his last fight against Nakatani. He struggled with the taller, longer man. A guy who really was just being active with the jab. He was keeping good range, keeping good straight punches. He wasn't doing nothing special, just, decent fundamentals. And he gave Teofimo a lot of problems. So we'll see what happens with Kome. Kome is no fucking joke. The guy's big. He's strong. He hits very hard. He's durable. And he's got, solid enough fundamentals. That's a really, really hard fight for Teofimo Lopez. And that is a potential fight of the year contender, by the way. Teofimo versus Richard Kome. That's a really good fight. Really, really good fight. I'd like Richard Kome to win, to be honest. I like Kome. He's a class act. Not a particularly big fan of Teofimo Lopez. For Quags, he thinks Kome is going to beat Lopez up. Could happen. Wouldn't be shocked. Really wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, Cancio is 130 Boxing Spectrum. I'd love to see Andrew Cancio fight Miguel Berchelt. Minimax Boxing. If boxing was 6 rounds, Caleb Plant would be top 5 pound for pound when it comes to skill. Yeah, the guy's got a lot of talent. He's a really good boxer to watch. He's a good boxer to watch. He's slick, defensively sound. He's not a puncher, but he hits hard enough to make the guys respect him. Just a good boxer to watch. Who wins today, Haney or Loma? You've got to go with Lomachenko, you know, based on the experience. Yo, sorry, man. Got a fucking dodgy throat. Yeah, Boxing Spectrum. Inoue Donaire. Yeah, that's going to be hard to top. We was mentioning it earlier, sorry. Was mentioning Fight of the Year contenders earlier. So we've got Inoue Donaire, Spence Porter, J-Rock versus Jarrett Hurd, Prograis Taylor, Kudryashov, Makabu. We've had some good fights this year. We've had some really good fights this year. Yeah, Jackal Davis. We've got a lot of unified champions right now. So potentially we should have some undisputed champions soon. Yeah, Jackal, bruv. I've been fucking. I'm not ill, but I've had a cold and it's fucking hanging around, man. It's pissing me off now. I never get colds, and it's fucking me off. Apologies for the language, by the way. I kind of I've got a potty mouth. You know, when I go live, I can't really edit anything when I'm live. So yeah, what you see is what you get, I guess. Yeah, Boxing Spectrum, Pacquiao Furman. That was actually a really, really good fight. Pacquiao came out really strong, scored the knockdown. He was he was in charge after 6 rounds, but Keith Furman, second half of the fight, came on really well. And yeah, that was a really, really good fight, man. Really good fight. Yeah, I saw that, D. Devin Haney said Tank is the toughest fight out of him, Loma and Lopez. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Maybe he's saying that because of the power aspect. Who knows, man? Yeah, I need to stem my language, man. I need to kind of you know, stop cussing so much. But yeah, we've had some great fights this year, man. It's been a really good year. Like I said, after like May, I was thinking, do you know what? This year's been terrible, but it's came on really well. And we've still got some good fights, man. We've still got some decent fights. Joshua Ruiz 2, very intriguing. Hunter versus Povetkin is a really, really good underrated fight. Looking forward to that one. Charlo versus Harrison 2. I'm intrigued by that fight. I made a video about it, and a couple of people weren't too interested in the fight. I really like that fight. And yeah, you've got Eubank Korobov. That's another fight I really like. And I'm sure there's one I'm missing. There's an obvious one I'm missing. Teofimo Lopez versus Richard Comey. We've still got some really good fights coming up. So yeah, man, I've been happy this year, man, in boxing. Yeah, Jekyll Davis, exactly. Cuss as much as you want. It helps vent stress. Yes, sir. I read a fucking article. There you go again. It just happened. I read an article online about people who cuss a lot, and I don't know what it said, man. I forget, but it was something about creativity and whatnot, and those type of people are usually more creative or something. I think that's complete bullshit in my case, but we'll run with it, man. We'll take that and run with it, man. Ivana Humpalot, Conlon versus the Russian. Conlon wins. Conlon wins that fight. Yeah, Boxing Spectrum, yes, sir. Golovkin Derevyanchenko. That's a definite candidate for Fight of the Year. 100%. 100%. Yo, the Quags, that is true. That is absolutely true. So my nan, who I fucking hate, she's like fucking 97 or something like that, and she's a fucking cunt. And yet here she is, still fucking alive. There you go. There you go. Ramirez Hooker as well, Minimax. Yeah, there's been so many good fights this year. So many good fights. Yeah, the presser between Tony Harrison and Jamel Charlo was excellent. I think Tony Harrison really got in his head. He needs to do the same this time around because I don't think Jamel Charlo is particularly that. I don't really think he's that mature, and I think you can throw him off a game plan. So if Tony Harrison can get in his head, wind him up, then I think that will stand him in good stead. In good stead in the fight. Sorry, Tony saying it's a bit harsh. D saying damn Dell. Yeah, she's a fucking prick. Can't stand her, man. No worries, Jackal, man. Thank you for dropping by, man. Thank you for dropping by. You too. Stay safe. Stay safe. Yeah, Ivana. Yeah, Harrison schooled Jamel Charlo in the trash talk, man. He really did. That's that Detroit fucking shit coming out, man. I like Tony Harrison. Good boxer. Really good jab, man. Tony Harrison's jab is fucking excellent. And that first fight was close, but I think the jab won him that fight because Jamel Charlo in certain rounds just wasn't active. Neither guy was active, but you know, Tony Harrison was a lot more consistent with his jab, and that won him the fight. Really, that won him the fight. So yeah, SSB 28. I agree. Both Charlo's career has been going downhill ever since Danny Jacobs punked for one Charlo. Yeah, that was Jamal. Yeah. Yeah, their careers have gone nowhere. If Jamel Charlo could avenge this loss, then his career is back on track. There's some good fights for him at 154. Jamal Charlo, on the other hand, doesn't have the same options at 160 that Jamel does at 154. You know, I think the obvious fight for Jamal Charlo is Eubank Jr., like I mentioned earlier, if Eubank Jr. beats Korobov. Yeah, boxing virus, I agree. If Harrison commits more to his power punches, he can hurt Charlo. I agree. Harrison is heavy-handed. He's got a lot of power in that right hand. He can punch. He can punch. But yeah, Minimax, I agree. I think Eubank has a good shot. Do you mean against Korobov or Charlo? I think he's got a shot against both. Oh, you mean Charlo? Yeah. I agree. I think that's an excellent fight. I really think that's an excellent fight. I think it's a 50-50, to be honest. The way I see it, you know, Jamal Charlo, he's not as slick as Billy Joe Saunders, doesn't have as good a feet as Billy Joe Saunders. He's not as imposing as George Groves. He's not as strong as George Groves. Not as big as George Groves. He's kind of straight up and down, flat-footed. I think Eubank Jr. gives Jamal Charlo hell. I really do. I think it's a great fight. I think it's an excellent fight. And by the way, lads, in the chat, if you click on Minimax's channel, check him out, man. He uploads videos. Drop him a sub. Really good content. Knows his stuff, man. He puts a lot of people on here to shame with his knowledge. So yeah, check out Minimax Boxing. I didn't see that boxing virus. I've not seen the press conference for the Charlo Hogan one. I think Jamal Charlo's going to do a job on Dennis Hogan, to be honest. He needs a good performance. Last two performances weren't great against Korobov and Brandon Adams. He needs a good performance. He needs to knock out Dennis Hogan, and I think he'll come to try and prove a point, Jamal Charlo. Yeah, Boxing Virus, hit the like, people. I heard it helps out YouTubers. Yes, sir. You know, if you smash that like, you know, maybe we can be fighting KSI and Logan Paul. Fucking hell. Yeah, the Quags, he's got some good content, man. He's got some good content. Yeah, Hogan's moved up. Yeah, he's moved up to middleweight, Ivana. He's moved up to 160. I think Hogan, you know, he could be awkward for 2 or 3 rounds, but I think once Charlo kind of catches up to him, that's it. But yeah, man, like I said, this whole year's been very good. Hopefully 2020 can build on it, and hopefully we get a similar year, if not better. Minimax Boxing, Lennox Lewis or Joe Calzaghe? In terms of like in terms of who's the better British fighter in terms of rankings, I'd say Lennox Lewis. I'd say Lennox Lewis. I preferred Calzaghe's style, to be honest, but in terms of greatness and rankings, I've got to say Lennox Lewis. Very good resume. You know, he pretty much, well, he beat everybody who he needed to beat, apart from Riddick Bowe. You know, that wasn't really his fault. Well, it wasn't his fault. Riddick Bowe ducked that fight. So I'm going to go with Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis. But yeah, as the Quag says, Joe for commentating, yeah, Lennox Lewis is terrible on commentary. He's awful. Boxing Virus, did you ever get my comments giving you props for calling Beterbiev Vodzik spot on? I had to eat crow on that prediction. Yeah, man, I saw that. I saw that after the fact. YouTube's been very funny with comments. It's been putting certain comments as, I think it's spam, they call it. Yeah, they call it spam or something like that. And it's been putting a lot of genuine comments in as spam. So I've missed a lot of fucking comments. But yeah, I did see it. Thank you very much. After that fight, though, I've had a nightmare in terms of predictions. I've got a lot wrong. So it's one of those things, man. You get some right, you get some wrong. It's one of those things. But yeah, I mean, like Prograis Taylor, I picked Prograis in the slightest way. Got that wrong. I got Kovalev Canelo wrong. Has anybody performed worse than Kovalev versus Canelo this year? No, I don't think so. I felt his performance was awful. And he was still winning rounds. He was still winning rounds, man. But yeah, I felt he was awful, quite frankly. He wasn't the Kovalev I'm used to seeing, put it that way. Disappointing, that fight. That fight was really disappointing. And I saw a lot of people on social media voice their displeasure about that fight. You know? You know, making certain accusations of it being fixed and whatnot. But yeah, it was a terrible performance by Kovalev. Yeah, D, you're right. Canelo was basically doing the Homer Simpson tactic, letting him punch, letting him punch, letting him punch. Once he's tired, bang, knockout. Canelo, the Homer Simpson of boxing, man. The Homer Simpson game plan to beat Kovalev. Fucking hell. Yeah, the Quags, no jabs to the body, no hard jabs, very few power shots. Just a really peculiar performance by Kovalev. Like I said, I think it was down to the rehydration clause. I felt the guy looked very dry going to the ring. Took him a while to build up a sweat. I felt he was kind of drained, but we'll never know. We'll never know. Maybe Kovalev just shit the bed. I don't know. Yo, Mike Lee was fucking terrible. SSB. He was awful. Like, if that dude is a boxer, I think there's hope for us all. If I'm being honest, he was terrible. Yeah, Robert Easter Jr. versus Rancis Barthélemy. That was, yeah, definitely the worst fight of the year. And both of those guys have been in good fights as well. Just a really bad style clash. Like Easter Jr., he's been in a couple of good fights. So is Barthélemy. But yeah, those two, but their styles just didn't gel. Yeah, Mike Lee was fucking terrible. Boxing virus. Never want to see him again. Never again. Mike Lee should fight the winner of KSI Logan Paul. Jesus. Might be competitive, man. It might be competitive. Tell you what, fucking Logan Paul's got a better jab than Mike Lee. I'll say that now. Logan Paul's jab is better than Mike Lee's. Which UFC fighter would be a good boxer and vice versa? Very good question. UFC fighter as a boxer. I guess Masvidal would be up there. He's he's a good striker. He's got decent power. He's quite explosive. I guess you could say maybe Masvidal. John Jones has the attributes, tall, long rangey. He could be quite effective. As for boxers going into UFC, now that's a harder one. Boxers going into UFC, there's probably a really obvious one. I think Sean Porter could be quite effective in UFC just because the guy's got like ball-like strength. If the guy has any wrestling experience, he could be quite decent in UFC maybe. Sean Porter. Who else could be decent in UFC as a boxer? Okay, he used to wrestle in high school. Bud Crawford. Okay, yeah, Bud Crawford, good striker. Used to wrestle in high school. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was another guy who wrestled quite a lot. I'm not sure who it was, man, but yeah, Bud Crawford could be a good shout. Canelo had Joe Gallagher training him. Tuck up and wait for the guy to tire. Yeah, the Anthony Crolla fucking tactic. Yes, basically that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Joe Gallagher somewhere was smiling, man, when Canelo, utilized his great training skills and blueprints. Crazy stuff, man. That was the weirdest fight I've seen this year, man. Something about that fight just didn't add up, but we're gonna let it go, man. We're gonna let it go. Anyway, lads, I'm gonna call it a night. It's 2 a.m. pretty much over here. Yeah, we've got Lewis in the chat. Lewis, man, you've come in too late, brother. We're just about to wrap up, but shout out to Lewis. Another one of the regulars. Been here for a long, long time. So, yeah, shout out to Lewis, man. Sorry for ending it, man, but yeah, just one of those things, man. One of those things. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Very informal, I know, but it is what it is. But anyway, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for the support. Smash the like on the way out. That'd be much appreciated. Peace.